Dobrý den, vítejte u dalšího videa. Hello and welcome to my new video. My name is Zuzka and today we're talking about three very similar words. And those words are jedno, jednu, jednou. They look very similar and they can also sound very similar, especially when you hear them in a quick conversation where people don't pronounce all these vowels as diligently as they should.
A tam jsem si jednou za 2 měsíce dala za 200 dobít telefon, víš?
Někdy potřebuješ jednu, tak dáš jednu.
Protože on by třeba řekl, já přijdu v 8 a přišel v 1.
But today we are going to train when do we use them so you can get used to the context where you can find these words, and we will also practice pronouncing these words. These three words, jedno, jednu, jednou, are all related to one word, one numeral actually, and that is number 1, jedna, jedna. So they're all related to jedna. But as you know, Czech language has different forms for many words. We have different genders, we have different cases, and this is what happens here. Let's take a look at them. Jdeme na to. Ahoj, vítejte na mém kanále Czech by Zuzka, kde vám pomocí angličtiny vysvětluju českou gramatiku. By the way, thank you so much for all your kind comments on YouTube and the emails that you have been sending me these past few weeks. I'm so happy that you're enjoying learning with my videos, my ebooks and other resources. Every day you remind me that I'm doing something meaningful and apparently I'm doing it right. And on top of that, there's almost 11,500 subscribers in our learning community. Moc si toho vážím. Let's start with the word jedno. Jedno can mean one or a also, you know, we don't have articles in Czech, so it can also work as this indefinite article a or the same. Something that can help you is also to realize that jedno is a numeral, it's a number, numeral, in a neuter form. You know, numerals also have genders. They also have cases in Czech. This is neuter, and it can be either in the nominative or the accusative case. What does it mean for us? Let's look at the context. Mám jedno kolo. Mám jedno kolo means I have one bike, I have one bicycle, or I have a bicycle. That's one bike. So we know this is the neuter gender because kolo, to kolo, is neuter as well. So that's why we have to use this form. You also see the endings agree, jedno kolo. And this is the accusative case because já is the subject, já mám kolo, kolo is the object, which in Czech means the accusative case. So this is accusative case. Or I could use my blue color for the color coding of the cases. Vyber si jedno téma. Vyber si jedno téma. Choose one topic. So we know one. And téma, this is a tricky word in Czech, is also neuter. That's why I used it here so you realize also this word to téma is neuter. Choose one topic. This is also the accusative case because the subject is ty. Ty si vyber jedno téma. So this is in the accusative case. Now, this sentence is interesting. To je jedno. Nebo je mi to jedno. This is a figurative meaning. To je jedno means it doesn't matter. It's all the same. Literally, it is one. So in Czech we say it is one. It is one. That means I don't care. It is all the same. It doesn't matter. Or if you want to emphasize it's all the same to me, it doesn't matter to me, you can also say je mi to jedno. Je mi to jedno. Me is in the dative case. So you're saying it's all the same to me. To je jedno, that doesn't matter. Or je to jedno, that would be like it doesn't matter. Nebo je mi to jedno. Now, you could also say ještě jedno without anything after. Ještě jedno, which is very, very common. Ještě jedno. Ještě in this case means more, so one more. One more of whatever you're having. Imagine you're at a restaurant and you're having coffee. Now, the funny thing is, in Czech, coffee is either káva, ta káva, which is feminine, Or to kafe, which is neuter, and it's also more informal. So informally, people use kafe all the time. So imagine you're drinking coffee. And if you can be a little bit more informal or more friendly with the waiter or with the barista who knows what you're drinking, you can just say ještě jedno, and they will know what is it that you want. Ještě jedno kafe, one more coffee, or ještě jedno pivo, one more beer. Ještě jedno víno. You have two possibilities. You can say explicitly ještě jedno kafe, ještě jedno pivo, ještě jedno víno, or whatever that's neuter that you can consume, and you can ask for one more. Usually it's drinks. But you can also leave them. You can just say ještě jedno when it's clear from the context that you want one more of whatever you're having. So this is what you should keep in mind. Jedno refers to number one. It's a numeral. It's in the neuter form, and it's either in the nominative case or the accusative case. An example of the nominative case would be jedno téma stačí. One topic is enough. Jedno téma stačí. Here is the accusative case. Here's the nominative case. You see, it's exactly the same form because for the neuter, this doesn't change. All clear? Jdeme na další. And also remember, when Czechs say to je jedno, it means whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't care which one. Either way is fine. To je jedno. Now it's time for jednu. Jednu also means one, and it is a numeral as well in the feminine form, feminine gender. And it is only referring to the accusative case. It means it will always refer to the object of the sentence. Let's see the examples. Znám jednu paní z Ústí. Znám jednu paní z Ústí. I know a lady from Ústí. I know one lady from Ústí. I mean Ústí nad Labem on the north. You pronounce it this way, z Ústí, with a little tiny break in here. Znám jednu paní z Ústí. Here, paní is feminine noun, and we refer to it with this numeral in the accusative form, because it's já znám jednu paní. This is the object. We know that this means I know a lady, I know one lady. So actually we can add here. Again, it means one or a. Vidím jen jednu chybu. Vidím jen jednu chybu. I only see one mistake. Vidím jen jednu chybu. Here you can see this is chyba, feminine form, and it's in the accusative form as well as this one because it refers to it. It's also in the accusative form. Vidím jen jednu chybu. Dám si jednu kávu, prosím. I'll have one coffee, please. Dám si jednu kávu, prosím. The same thing, this is the accusative case. Jednu also in the accusative case because it refers to it. And káva is feminine as well as this one. By the way, I didn't give you the nominative form of this numeral. It comes from jedna, of course, jedna. So before we have jedno and jedna, that would be feminine gender in the nominative case. That's why it changes to jednu. And you see jedna káva changes to jednu kávu in the accusative case. Of course, you can also leave this. You can say dám si jednu. If someone asks you how many coffees do you want, dám si jednu. Or here also, if someone asks how many mistakes do you see, kolik chyb tam vidíš, vidím jen jednu. You don't have to repeat this word if it's clear from the context or if it was previously mentioned. What about this one? Ještě jednu, or ještě jednu kávu, ještě jednu vodu, ještě jednu skleničku, ještě jednu kávu, one more coffee, ještě jednu vodu, one more water, a glass of water, ještě jednu skleničku, one more glass. Let's say you ask for one glass, then you realize you actually want another one, so ještě jednu skleničku. The same thing. If it's clear from the context, you just say ještě jednu because you're referring to something feminine. If you know what you're referring to, then you don't have to mention these words. But you have to be specific. You cannot say ještě jeden or ještě jedno if you mean ta káva or tu kávu or tu skleničku. That would be wrong. There has to be a grammatical agreement even if you don't say it explicitly. All clear? Tak, ještě jedno slovo. One more word. Now the third word. Jednou. Jednou with this nice O diphthong. Jedno can mean two things. First, it can mean once or one day. One day in the future or in the past. And it can also mean one. In that case, it will be numeral as well in a specific case. It's more common to find it as an adverb if you mean once or one day. That's an adverb that does not have cases. Luckily, adverbs don't have cases or gender, so that will just be jednou, always jednou. Like here. Viděli jsme se jenom jednou. Viděli jsme se jenom jednou. We only saw each other once. So here is once, only one time. Viděli jsme se jenom jednou. Or you could say, jednou tam pojedu. Jednou tam pojedu. I'll go there one day. Jednou tam pojedu. So here it means one day. Or in a different context, if you say, pojedu tam jednou, it could also mean I'll go there once, not more. Všechno je jednou poprvé. A very good phrase to say when you learn something new. Všechno je jednou poprvé. Everything happens for the first time. Všechno je jednou poprvé. So here it means once. Everything is once for the first time, literally. Ještě jednou prosím. This is something that you probably know. Ještě jednou prosím means one more time, please. Once more. You can use this phrase if you don't understand what someone says. Ještě jednou prosím? Or you could even use a verb. Můžete to říct ještě jednou? Can you say it once more? Můžete to říct ještě jednou? Let's get to the other part, where jednou can also mean one, and it's a numeral. How did we get to this form? It is a feminine numeral, jedna, that we had before, and it's in the instrumental case. Jednou, jednou. Let me give you an example with the instrumental case. Mluvil jsem s jednou paní. Mluvil jsem s jednou paní. I spoke to one lady, or with one lady. In Czech we have mluvil jsem s, and you know that s needs the instrumental case. S jednou paní. Paní doesn't change forms very much, as you can see. But it's also in the instrumental case. S jednou here refers to jedna. Jedna paní, that would be the nominative case. Jedna paní s jednou paní. In a certain context, you could also leave out paní. If someone already mentioned, oh, there's this lady that does this and that, and you can say, oh yeah, I spoke to one. Mluvil jsem s jednou. And I would like to give you this very morbid idiomatic phrase that we also say. Do not connect these phrases together. You could, but I don't want to be that mean. Už je jednou nohou v hrobě. This is also the instrumental case. You can see there is no preposition actually, but it is instrumental case. This idiomatic phrase means he or she has got one foot in the grave, meaning they're in a very poor health. Oh, you know what I mean. Halloween already passed, but yeah, it's good to know this phrase. Už je jednou nohou v hrobě. Už je jednou nohou v hrobě. You know that the instrumental case can also be connected with the verb to be. By the way, if you're wondering why I used jenom here and I wrote jen before, jenom and jen both mean only. The only difference is that jen is more formal than jenom. Jenom is like just, jen is only. So remember, jednou can mean once or one day, both in the future or in the past, and it can also be one when it's a numeral in feminine form in the instrumental case. Now let's get to the fun part. These three phrases sound similar and you can also hear them very often. I hope now it's more clear. If someone says ještě jedno means one more of something. And you now know that jedno refers to something neuter. So whatever they want to refer or whatever you want to refer to has to be in the neuter form. So we said ještě jedno kafe, ještě jedno cappuccino, ještě jedno pivo, one more beer, or someone's passing you t-shirts, tričko, ještě jedno tričko. Ještě jednu has to refer to something feminine. Ještě jednu, feminine in the accusative case. Ještě jednu kávu. Ještě jednu skleničku. But we don't have to say what is it that we want if it's clear from the context. And if you say ještě jednou, you're saying once more. Ještě jednou. Ještě jednou. Again. One more time. Ještě jednou. So we are going to practice these. Listen to me pronounce them very diligently, which never happens when you speak to natives, of course. But I'm here to help. Listen. Ještě jedno. Ještě jedno. O. Jedno. Ještě jednu. Ještě jednu. Ještě jednou. Jednou. So this is actually a great practice because here we make the sound of O. Here is jednu. And here O and U are together. O and U. When you put them together, you get this very beautiful wave diphthong O, which in Czech is very common. Jednou. Jedno. Jednu. Jednou. Ještě jednou. Ještě jedno. Ještě jednu. Ještě jednou. I am emphasizing it. Nobody is going to speak like that, not even me, unless I am teaching it. One more time, let's go over them and exaggerate with me. Ještě jedno. O. Ještě jednu. Ještě jednou. O. Ještě jednou. Jedno, jednu, jednou. Let's do it faster. Jedno, jednu, jednou. Ještě jednou. Jedno, jednu, jednou. Okay, I think you've had enough. And now I'm gonna say it as a normal native speaker would say. Ještě jedno, ještě jednu, ještě jednou. Let's make a tiny test. I'm gonna say one of these phrases at a natural pace. Then I will make a little pause and you will decide which one is it. Ready? Ještě jednou. Ještě jednou. It was this one. Ještě jednu. Ještě jednu. This one. Ještě jednu. Ještě jednou. Ještě jednou. It was this one again. Ještě jedno. Ještě jedno. This one. Jedno, jednu, jednou. Jedno, jednu, jednou. Feeling good? This is a great exercise. I also want to show you these two sentences that could be similar. They could look similar and they could sound a little similar, but they are very different. What is the same is the verb here. Sešli jsme se. Sešli jsme se jednou. This means we met once. Jednou. Sešli jsme se jednou. And what if you hear sešli jsme se v jednu? You know that sometimes it's so short you almost cannot hear it. Sešli jsme se v jednu. V jednu hodinu. We often leave out this word when we talk about time, but explicitly this means we met at 1 o'clock. Sešli jsme se v jednu. V jednu. Sešli jsme se jednou. Sešli jsme se v jednu. Now it's time to do an exercise. We're going to practice pronunciation and also listening comprehension. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna tell you 8 phrases. They will all contain the word one. Jednu, jedno, jednou. I'll say each sentence 3 times. First, it will be at a natural speed. No subtitles, nothing. Then it will be at a slower pace. And you will see a little bit of help here. And the third time, we will reveal the whole sentence. So you will be able to check if you heard that correctly. So remember, I'll say it 3 times. The third time will show the subtitles, all the words. So you can pause it whenever you want. And then you can make notes or you can write it somewhere. Číslo 1. First time. Zavolám v jednu. Zavolám v jednu. Now the solution. Zavolám v jednu. Číslo 2. Je mi to jedno. Je mi to jedno. Je mi to jedno. Číslo 3. Tak si to jednou provždy zapamatuj. Tak si to jednou provždy zapamatuj. Tak si to jednou provždy zapamatuj. That was a hard one. Číslo 4. Jednou jsem tam byla. Jednou jsem tam byla. Jednou jsem tam byla. Číslo 5. Prosím vás, dám si ještě jedno. Prosím vás, dám si ještě jedno. Dám si ještě jedno. Číslo 6. Chcete ještě jednu? Chcete ještě jednu? Chcete ještě jednu? Číslo 7. Spletl jsem se o 1 nulu. Spletl jsem se o 1 nulu. Spletl jsem se o 1 nulu. A číslo 8. Vím, že se jednou potkáme. Vím, že se jednou potkáme. Vím, že se jednou potkáme. How did you do? Let me know in the comments. How many did you get right? So I hope that now you can finally hear and tell the difference between these 3 words, jednu, jedno, jednou, pronounce them correctly and also start hearing them correctly. Don't forget to like this video, comment or subscribe if you haven't done that yet and you don't want to miss out on my content. Every Thursday there is a video like this. Moc děkuju za to, že se díváte na moje videa, že se mnou učíte. Zase se na vás budu těšit příští čtvrtek. Ciao!